Guys, we are back again with another amazing brain teaser. Tonight we are going to spot as much differences as we can. Okay, so take your time, relax, and participate with us. And most importantly, don't forget to invite families and friends. Put them on the challenge to see how fast they will be able to spot all the differences. Okay, go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up already. And also, if you need a hint on how to spot the differences, please do not hesitate. Just let me know in the chat and I'll give you the hint immediately. And if you're joining us for the first time, please go ahead, subscribe, turn on the post notification so that whenever we go live, YouTube will notify you immediately. Okay? The essence of this brain teaser is to test your eyesight and your IQ. So do well to participate, have fun, and I wish you all good luck. Do well to observe all of the differences. Okay? Yeah, here is a little hint before we proceed. Observe every part of the image is very, very necessary and important. You observe every part. That is when you'll be able to spot as many differences as possible. Let's go. What's up, people? How you all doing tonight? A big shout out to every one of you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys, double tap on your screen. Give us a thumbs up. And if today is your first time joining us, please go ahead and subscribe. A big shout out to every one of you. Shout out to Touchdown Irish. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Loretta. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Mopsick. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Justice Taylor. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Joy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Joyce Andes. Thanks for joining us tonight. There are a lot of differences here, guys. Also, shout out to Fen Sushi. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Dean Jackson. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Trust me, there are a lot of differences here. Just pay attention to every details and you'll find as many differences as possible. Let us know in the comment where you're watching from. And if you think this is difficult, let us know in the comment as well. If you think the girl in this image is cute, go ahead, double tap on the screen. If you want a hint, guys, go ahead, drop a comment in the chat and I'll provide you with the hint. Comment hint and I'll provide you with the hint. Also, let us know how many differences you have been able to find so far. Shout out to Abkadr. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Abdakadir. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to invite a friend. Challenge them to see how many differences they'll be able to find. The task looks easy, but only those who observe closely will be able to spot differences in the image. Let us know in the comment where you are watching from. Yeah, the question says, if you are a genius, spot 5 differences. Let's know if you are a genius. Go ahead and spot at least 5 differences from the image. So many people are finding more than 5 already. That shows how smart you are. Remember, the importance of this brain teaser is to test your eyesight and your IQ. Also, shout out to Gibran Risky Dansinwara. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you think the girl in this picture is beautiful, go ahead, double tap on the screen. Let us know where you're watching from in the comment. How many differences have you been able to spot, guys? Do not forget to double tap. If you are a genius, go ahead and spot 5 differences. Prove to everyone how smart you are, guys. I know your IQ is very high. That's why you are able to spot more than 5 differences. Shout out to Bra. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Aidan Mamadova. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Do well to double tap on the screen if you think the girl is beautiful in the image. Also, go ahead and challenge a friend to see if they can spot all differences. The essence of this brain teaser is to test your eyesight and your IQ. It will help you to be able to spot things that are kind of hidden. Drop a comment and get a shout out immediately. Shout out to friends and families watching from Africa. Shout out to friends and families watching from America. Shout out to friends and family watching from Europe. Shout out to friends and families watching from Asia. Shout out to friends and families watching from all over the world. Wherever you guys are watching from, we appreciate every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. All you have to do is to observe the image closely, and you will be able to spot as many differences as possible. Don't be in a haste. If you observe closely, you might spot 10 differences. If you know you like pink color, just like the girl in this image, go ahead, double tap on the screen. Do not be in a haste to leave until you spot at least 3 differences. Shout out to Sylvia Carrera. Thanks for joining us tonight. You guys, let's know where you're watching from. A big shout out to you. If you're just joining us, you are welcome. Trust me, you are not late. You are right in time. Go ahead, observe the image and spot at least 5 differences. Trust me, there are way more than 5 differences in this image. If you observe closely, you might spot as many as 10. Just go ahead and participate. There you go, guys. Observe the hair, observe the head, the eyes, the clothes, the bicycle, and the shoes. There are so many hidden differences there you can't find unless you observe deeply. Thank you. If you're just joining us, you are highly welcome. Go ahead and participate. A very big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen if you think this girl is beautiful. Double tap on the screen if you love your kid sister. Yo, what up, people? How you all doing tonight? Shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to KLM. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Amil Kaferov. Thanks for joining us tonight. Guys, observe the image. You will find more than 10 differences. You just have to be focused and you will find so many differences in this image. But only a genius can actually find at least 5 differences. You all that found up to 5 differences, consider yourself a genius. This will help you to test your eyesight and your IQ as well. With time, you'll be able to spot things everyone else find difficult to find. Shout out to Harvard. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Glass Foyt. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Do well to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Go ahead, double tap if you think this girl in this image is very beautiful. Well, indeed, only a genius can spot at least 5 differences, and I know you are one of a genius. You are one of a kind. So go ahead and spot as many differences as you can. If you can spot 20 differences, go ahead and do so. Don't forget to invite a friend, challenge them, and see if they can spot all the differences just like you did. All you have to do is to observe the image closely and you will spot so many differences at ease. Go ahead and double tap on the screen if you like the hair of this baby girl in this image. Double tap the screen if you have a bicycle. Double tap the screen even if you don't have a bicycle. Double tap the screen if you like her dress. There you have it, guys. Shout out to Nolex69. Nolex69, thanks for joining us tonight. You found 5. That means you are a genius. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and invite a friend to see if they will be able to spot as many differences like you did. Please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Also ring the notification bell so that whenever we go live, YouTube will notify you immediately. Also, shout out to Renata Alves. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Let's know in the comment how many differences you have found so far. Also, shout out to Jos Capello. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to invite a friend to see if they can be able to spot as many differences as possible. Shout out to Alpha Desk. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You said it's easy. Dress flower left. Okay. And the color rigs. Okay. Rig hole front flower. Socks color. Shoe ribbon color. Alright. Yes, it's easy, and we need you all to find as many differences as possible. And also, let me say this, trust me, the next one we are going to bring out will be a bit difficult than this. Okay, this image has so many differences that you can spot to make up your 5 differences. Okay, but the next one, the differences are going to be more hidden, so that it will be a little bit challenging. Okay, so go ahead, spot at least 5 differences and make yourself a genius and a master of this game. Double tap on the screen. If you think the bicycle is cute, double tap on the screen. If you like the smile of this baby girl in this image, also shout out to Antonia Capusi. Antonia Capusi, thanks for joining us tonight. You found 5. Big congratulations to you. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. You all are highly welcome. Just let us know in the comments if you need a hint. Let us know where you're watching from. A big shout out to friends and families from America. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to friends and families from Europe. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to friends and families from Africa. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to friends and families from Asia. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Wherever in the world you are watching us from, we appreciate you for joining us tonight. Please do well to double tap on your screen. Give us a thumbs up. Double tap on the screen if you think the gear is beautiful. Shout out to Lynn Abu Haya. Okay, Lynn Abu Haya, thanks for joining us tonight. A big shout out to you. Double tap on the screen to give us a thumbs up. Shout out to Abdul, thank you for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Aptionism, thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead and double tap on the screen if you like the smile of this little girl. Also, shout out to Dilara Kalandorova. Thank you for joining us tonight. Double tap on your screen for a thumbs up. Alright guys, a quick question for everyone. How many differences have you seen, guys? Let us know in the comments how many differences have you seen. Also, shout out to Mom Esther Shao Martin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Please double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Go ahead and participate. Don't forget to invite a friend or a family member to put them on the challenge to see if they'll be able to spot all differences. So many people found 4 to 5 differences. You are highly considered a genius. And those who found 6 to 9, you are indeed a master of this game. And those who found 1 to 3, you are very, very smart. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate every one of you. Go ahead, double tap on the screen if you like the smile of this cute baby girl. Welcome, guys. If you are just joining us, you're highly welcome. All you have to do is to observe the image and spot as many differences as possible. Trust me, there are a lot of differences you can easily find in this image. Go ahead, find yours and keep count. Let us know in the comment how many you have been able to find so far. Shout out to Lily, thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to JJK, thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Also, shout out to Renatat, thanks for joining us tonight. There are so many differences, guys. Do your possible best to find at least 5 differences so that you can smile like the girl in the image. Shout out to Sam Fikwa. You're highly welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. A big shout out to every one of you, wherever you're watching from. Shout out to friends and families from Asia, from Africa, from America, from Europe. You all are highly welcome. We celebrate every one of you. Celebrate us also by double tapping on the screen. We would definitely appreciate that. Also, shout out to Lai Sugondo. Thanks for joining us tonight. You are highly welcome. Let me pass you all a hint on how to spot many differences. Observe the hair closely. There are differences there. Observe the face, the smile, the ears, the eyes, the tooth, the dress, the bicycle, the shoes, guys. So many differences. If you observe closely, you can also see some differences in the background. Yeah, some people only focus on the girl, they don't care to check the background. The shadows in the background, are they the same? I don't know. Go ahead and observe and see if you can spot some differences right there. Welcome, welcome. A big shout out to friends and families. You all are friends and families. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate every single one of you for your contribution, for your likes, and for your views. Let us know in the comment if you think this is very easy for you. So many of you think this is easy, but that might be true. That might be true that it's easy, but let us know how many differences are you able to find. The list should be 5 differences because there are so many differences, guys. Shout out to every one of you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Also, shout out to Aisha Saif. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to LHTL's My 4 Kids. Thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead and spot as many differences as you can, but note that only a genius can spot up to 5 differences. So if you spot more than 5 differences, that means you are a master of this game. Shout out to Nina Rosina. Thanks for joining us tonight. You're highly welcome. Don't forget to invite friends and family so that they can equally participate. Shout out to friends and families watching from America. Shout out to friends and families watching from Africa. Shout out to friends and families watching from Asia. Shout out to friends and family watching from Europe. Wherever in the world you guys are watching from, please put it in hearts that we appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to LHTS all the way from Hawaii. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm streaming right from Africa. I'm streaming from Africa. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for your contribution. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. And don't forget to invite friends and families. Challenge someone to see if they can spot so many differences like you did. Yeah. Thanks for that beautiful explanation. That means you really found so many differences, Nina. Let us know in the comment if you think this is easy. Rate it from 1 to 100 how easy you think this is. But trust me, some people are stuck at finding only 4 differences, and that's because they did not check very well. If you observe very well, you might find up to 8 differences. Okay? Until you find at least 5 differences, then you'll be considered a genius. Also, shout out to Richard Berger. Thanks for joining us tonight. Do well to double tap on the screen if you think the girl in this image is cute. Also, shout out to Just Call Me Bree. Call Me Bree. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to double tap on the screen. Yeah, that might be another difference. Shout out to Richard Berger. Also, shout out to Kira. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Pixel Wall. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you like the smile of this cute baby girl in this image, why not double tap on the screen? Double tap on the screen if you know how to ride a bicycle. Also double tap on the screen if you like the pink dress. Let us know in the chat where you are joining us from. If you are just joining us, you are very much welcome. Do well to take your time and participate. Don't be in a haste. Do not be in a haste to leave. You all are highly welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Vinay Salunki. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for your contribution. Go ahead and double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Guys, you need to observe every single details to spot as many differences as possible. Also, shout out to Olga Kasuli. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you have found up to 5 differences, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Shout out to friends and families from Asia. Also, shout out to friends and families from Africa. Also, shout out to friends and families from America. Also, shout out to friends and families all the way from Europe. Thank you for joining us and thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining us, you're highly welcome. All you have to do is to observe the image closely so that you will not be able to miss any details. Double tap on the screen if you like this girl in this image, if you think she is beautiful. Also, shout out to Afa Zubaya. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Camille Akil. Thank you for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Zelda. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Gozel Zayeva. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to Brankali. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Amos. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Brent Kali Hala says. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. If you found this interesting, please double tap. Let us know in the comment where you are watching from. A very big shout out to every one of you. Your contribution means a lot to us. Thanks for viewing, thanks for liking, and thanks for commenting. Shout out to Cribnan. Shout out to Cribnan. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Lena London. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Anissa. Thank you for joining us tonight. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Also, shout out to Anawara Prasad. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you have been able to spot up to 5 differences, a very big congratulations to you. I'm super proud of you. And if you are yet to, please go ahead. Let us know if you need a hint, and I'll provide you a hint immediately. Pay attention to every details to make the work easier for you guys. Shout out to Blue Place. Thank you for joining us tonight. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Also, shout out to Hilary Arsenault. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Medas Man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Am I the only one that think this girl is so beautiful? If you also think she's so beautiful, why not double tap on the screen? Double tap on the screen if you love your sister, because this girl is also a beautiful girl. So double tap on the screen if you like this girl and if you think she's very beautiful. Double tap on the screen if you love the background where she's riding her bicycle. Double tap on the screen if you like her dress. Double tap on the screen if you like her hair. Double tap on the screen if you love her shoes. If you like anything about this image, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're just joining us, you are very much welcome. Go ahead and participate. If you want a hint to spot 5 differences, comment hint or comment clue in the comment section. Shout out to Mama First. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, let us know where you're watching from. Shout out to Sogen Sojono. Thanks for joining us tonight. A big shout out to you. Thanks for your immense contribution. We appreciate your comment. Also, shout out to Becca Berushivili. Thank you for joining us tonight. We highly appreciate you. Also, shout out to Alexander Lance David. Thank you for joining us tonight. Guys, observe every single details in this image. That's the only way you can be able to spot so many differences. If you are able to spot 7 differences, let us know in the comments. A big shout out to you all. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. That means a genius can be able to spot 5 differences. If you are able to spot 5 differences, you are considered a big genius. You're such a great genius. Also, let us know in the comment where you're watching from. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Shout out to friends and families all over Africa, friends and families all over America, friends and families all over Europe and Asia. You all are highly welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good day as well. Mama first. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys. Have fun and exercise your eyesight. That's what we are doing tonight. Okay. You're welcome, guys. You all are highly welcome. Shout out to Albi Girl. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys. Observe every single details. That's the only way you'll be able to spot as many differences as possible. Shout out to Waishina BT. Thanks for joining us tonight. You said this is too easy. Of course. That's why we said only a genius can spot 5 differences. So you have to spot at least 5 differences before you can say it's easy. Alright? And trust me, if you can observe closely, you will be able to spot more than 5 differences because there are a lot of differences here. But only a genius can spot at least 5. So go ahead and participate. And also invite families, invite friends, invite relatives, invite anyone you can invite, anyone you can challenge, put them on to see if they'll be able to spot so many differences like you did. Guys, go ahead and challenge someone. Yo, friends and families, how you all doing tonight? A very big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Just in case you have not been able to spot all differences and you need a hint on how to spot the differences, go ahead and comment hints in the comment section. Don't forget the essence of this brain teaser is to test your eyesight and as well as your IQ. Go ahead, guys, and participate. Have fun. Invite friends and families. Put them on the challenge to see how fast they will be able to spot all the differences. Let's go. Double tap on the screen, guys. If you're just joining us tonight, you are highly welcome. The task is simple. All you have to do is to watch closely so that you'll be able to spot all the differences. Also, let us know what you think about the stream. If you think this is too easy, let us know in the comments. But before you say it is easy, make sure you have found at least 5 differences already. Shout out to friends and families watching from Africa, friends and families watching from America. You all are highly welcome. A big shout out to you all. Go ahead and double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. How difficult do you think this is? Is it 100% difficult or 50% difficult or not difficult at all? If you are a lover of bicycle, go ahead and double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Shout out to Samra. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Augustine. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Nzinkelsiko. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Kwalo. You are highly welcome. Also, shout out to Ziwenkosi Kumalo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to invite a friend to challenge them to see if they will be able to spot all the differences in 30 seconds. All you have to do is to observe the image intensively. That's when you'll be able to spot differences, as many as 5. But there are way more than 5 differences in this image. Only those who observe very well will be able to spot them. A very big shout out to you wherever you're watching from. You are highly welcome. Let us know what you think about this stream in the comments. If you are a lover of bicycle, go ahead and double tap on the screen. If you know how to ride a bicycle, double tap on the screen. If you are learning how to ride a bicycle, double tap on the screen. If you like a bicycle at all, double tap on the screen. A big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Take your time and participate. Don't be in a haste to leave, so that you will be able to spot all the differences. Shout out to Sarah. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Zozo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Meet Hon. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Lockland Wedge. Lockland Wedge, thanks for joining us tonight. A big shout out to every one of you. We appreciate your contribution. Also, shout out to Raf Hadi. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, guys, and participate. Observe closely so that you'll be able to spot more than 5 differences. You all are highly welcome. Let us know the first difference you were able to spot. Comment down below the first difference you were able to spot. Shout out to Chakahan Hudson. Chakahan Hudson, thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Shoresh HDR. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Aqualina Susanna. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know if you think this stream is very challenging. And if you think it's very easy, drop a comment. How easy you think this is. Also, shout out to Javed Akhtar. Thanks for joining us tonight. You are highly welcome. Thanks for your contribution. Don't forget to invite a friend or a family member to challenge them to see if they'll be able to spot the differences like you did. A very big shout out to every one of you. How many of you think this image is very beautiful? Go ahead and double tap on the screen. Also, shout out to Dimitar. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for participating, Dimitar. Also, shout out to Adebola Aduwasiu. Thanks for joining us tonight. Double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Observe the image closely so that you will be able to spot at least 5 differences and you will be considered a genius. Also, shout out to Kilapiko. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to No. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know in the comment where you are watching from. Go ahead, drop a comment and get a shout out immediately. Shout out to Elite Car. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know how many differences you have been able to spot so far. Don't forget there are more than 5 differences, but you can only see them if you take your time to participate. Yo, what up, people? How's the stream going? How many differences have you been able to find? Spot 5 differences and be called a genius. Spot 6 differences and be called a legend. Spot more than 6 differences and be called a master. Spot less than 5 differences and be called very smart. Shout out to Jaiha Mohan. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Ershil Nsibi. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Cherry, guys. Double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Also, shout out to Lena Varghese. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to Wilba Rivera. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Queza. Thanks for joining us tonight. The more differences you find, the more you'll be considered a great legend and a genius person. Yo, what up, people? How y'all doing tonight? Also, shout out to Mahmoud. Thank you for joining us tonight. How many differences have we been able to spot so far? If you like a bicycle, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. There you go, guys. There are so many differences in this image. You just have to observe closely so that you'll be able to find them all. Okay, guys, a big shout out to Cherry. You have found 7 so far. I'm gonna go ahead and spin. Let me pin this, okay? Shout out to Mora Belfettini. Thanks for joining us tonight. You all are highly welcome. Shout out to Wilba Rivera. Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, left handle of bike flower on the basket, the flower on her shed, right? All these are the differences Wilba Rivera found. That's very, very amazing. Go ahead and look closer, you might find some more. And also don't forget to invite your friends, invite your family members, put them on the challenge to see if they'll be able to find so many differences like you were able to. Only those who take their time to observe the image will be able to spot more than 5 differences. But if you are in a haste, you will only see 2 differences. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. What's up, people? What's up, friends? What's up, friends? Where are you watching from, guys? Let us know in the comments. If you are just joining us, you are highly welcome. Go ahead and participate. Go ahead, make your choice. Let's know where you're watching from. You all are highly welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to Janak Sign. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Cherry all the way from UK. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Edwino Rivers. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to friends and families from Europe, friends and families from Asia, friends and families from America, friends and families from Africa. You all are highly welcome. We celebrate and appreciate every one of you. Also, shout out to Tai Norirong. Tai Norirong, you are welcome. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to invite friends and families so that they can equally participate. And if this is your first time joining us, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so that you'll be able to find us next time we go live. This is not difficult like you think. All you have to do is to observe the image closely and you will be able to spot all the differences in seconds. Trust me, there are way more than 10 differences. You just have to observe better, look better, and observe better. You will be able to spot so many differences. Let's go. Welcome. I welcome you all. It's my pleasure meeting every one of you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber. Shout out to Mahmoud Hafarisas. Mahmoud Hafarisas, thanks for joining us tonight. Invite a friend, challenge them to say who will be able to spot all differences in 40 seconds. Shout out to Erison Blade. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Also, let us know in the comments where you are watching from. A big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm just a banker. But one thing you will regret your life. You regret your reaction because next time
Welcome, friends. Welcome, family. You all are highly welcome. Let us know how many differences you have been able to spot so far. Shout out to Hava Oren. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Love Rain Heart. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Mata Jean. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Norman DeCosta. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Ismay. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, make the stream very rememberable by inviting a friend, put them on the challenge to see if they will be able to spot as many differences as you were able to. Challenge a friend to see if they can do same. Shout out to Zilla Half Thanks for joining us tonight. A big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. You all are highly welcome. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Go ahead, guys, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment how many differences you have been able to spot so far. All you have to do is to observe the image closely and you'll be able to spot as many differences as you wish. Don't forget to invite friends and family. Put them on the challenge to see if they'll be able to spot all the differences as well. Shout out to Nagman Zafar. Thank you for joining us tonight. Pardon. Double tap on the screen, guys. Yo, what's up, friends? What's up, family? So many of you said this is easy. I agree with every one of you because indeed it is easy. But all you have to do right now is to invite a friend and a family member, anyone you can invite. Put them on the challenge to see if they will find it so easy like you did. Shout out to Tion and Oli Davata. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Git. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Sylvia. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Gift. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Edit. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Gitamano. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yo, what's up? You all are welcome. A lot of you said this is not difficult at all, and that might be true because many of the differences are kind of very obvious. But if you want to spot more than 5 differences, you will only commit to the task by observing closely. Okay? If you want to spot at least 8 differences, you have to observe very closely. Shout out to Crown Vic. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Gremo Jones. Grammy Jones, thank you for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Sonia Khan, thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Jamila Davis. Thank you for joining us tonight. Every one of you is highly appreciated, regardless of how many differences you have found so far. Welcome, guys. If you are just joining us, you are not late. Go ahead and participate. Don't forget to challenge a friend to see how fast they'll be able to spot the differences as well. Also, guys, let us know in the comments if you want a hint. Comment hint so that will provide you with a hint on how to spot the differences immediately. There are so many differences, only the genius can spot 5 of them. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to Chet Kasarina. If you are joining us for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe. Double tap on the screen if you think this girl is very cute and beautiful. All right, friends, family, how you all doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. If you're just joining us, you are welcome. All you have to do is to observe the image in order to be able to spot at least 5 differences. Also invite friends and families. Shout out to Benedito. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also shout out to Constantia. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to James Polk. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Guyana. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to MOE. Thanks for joining us tonight. Double tap on your screen to give a thumbs up. Also shout out to Beta Crucian Prada. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Chico Choki. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also shout out to Chico Hosing. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Rajash. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also shout out to YouTube One. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Also shout out to Nuti. You are highly welcome. Shout out to Annie. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to PJS. Thanks for joining us tonight. Guys, it's a quick question. How many differences did you find? 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, or over 6 differences already? Hello guys, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Wherever you are watching from, you are highly welcome. Go ahead and participate. Also shout out to Gus Peps D Chin. Alright, thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to By Cool Love. Thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Hello everyone and welcome to the challenge. If you are just joining us, you are right on time. Take a look at the two images on your screen. Then they may look identical at first glance, but there are several differences hidden between them. Okay, so observe very well before you'll be able to spot all differences. Shout out to Chill XX, thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Madison, thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Double tap on the screen, guys, to give a thumbs up. Don't worry if you can't spot the differences immediately. The best puzzle solvers aren't always the fastest, okay? So go ahead, take your time and observe closely. You'll be able to spot so many differences. Shout out to Ashok Sign, thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Fleutornesol, thanks for joining us tonight. Double tap on the skin. Double tap on your screen, guys, to give a thumbs up. And if you're joining us for the first time and you like this girl, the way she is smiling in this picture, double tap to give her a thumbs up. Also shout out to Halim Rose, thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Tara Ristani, thank you for tuning in tonight. A very big shout out to every one of you. You all are highly welcome. If today is your first time joining us, please subscribe. Also turn on the post notification bell so that whenever we go live, YouTube will notify you to be part of us immediately. Thanks for your maximum contribution. There you have it, guys. Shout out to Khan Onua. Thank you for tuning in. If you can spot all the differences, let us know in the comments. Go ahead, guys, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. As you are searching, let us know in the chat how many differences you have found so far. For those who are new to these puzzles, here is a helpful tip. Don't stare at the whole image at once, alright? I'm giving you all a tip if you are new to this puzzle. Don't stare at the whole image at once. Instead, compare one section at a time. I hope you are able. If you stare at the entire image at once, you may not see all the differences you are looking for. Excuse me, guys. Also, shout out to Bakari Bolanle. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Jamie. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Catherine. Thanks for joining us tonight. There are so many differences, guys. You just have to observe and you'll be able to spot as many as you can. Let us know in the comment how many differences rather you have been able to spot so far. Don't forget, this will help you to sharpen your observation skills. That's the essence of this brain teaser. Many people think they have found all the differences only to discover they missed one tiny detail hiding in plain sight. That's what makes this challenge fun. Okay, there are some tiny details you haven't seen yet, and you can only find them when you pay very close attention to each part of the image, because every part looks similar, but only the genius will be able to spot five differences within 1 minute. Also, while you are watching and observing, let us know where you're watching from. Feel free to type it in the chat. Shout out to friends and families from Asia. Shout out to friends and families from Africa. Shout out to friends and families from Europe and from America. We love and cherish every one of you. Double tap on your screen to give a thumbs up. Shout out to Hatin Gayen. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know in the comment where you are watching from. If you think this baby girl in the image is beautiful, give her a thumbs up. Double tap to give her a thumbs up. There you go, guys. Let us know if you think this is easy or difficult. There you have it, guys. What do you think this? What do you think of this, guys? Is it easy or difficult? A big shout out to you all. Some said it's easy while others said it's difficult, but we have so many people saying it's easy, which means you all are seeing more than five differences already. Okay, but just take note that only those people who can spot five differences are considered genius. If you spot less than five differences, trust me, you are still very, very smart. But the masters of these games would spot up to five differences. Let's go. If you want to be given a hint, okay, if you want to be given a hint on how to spot the differences faster, comment hint. If you need a hint on how to spot at least five differences, comment hint. Shout out to Sophia Fidelis. Thanks for joining us tonight. And also shout out to Maria De La Fuca. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Leah Dela. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up and let us know if you think this is difficult or easy. Okay, there you go, guys. Let us know how tough you think this is. Is it very tough, kind of easy, or very easy? Remember, before you say it's very easy, you have to find at least five differences firstly. Before you can say this is very easy, you have to spot five differences, okay? Don't say it's easy if you found only two differences, alright? Shout out to Samsung Tab. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Samsung Tab. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. There you go, guys. A lot of you said it's easy. That's super impressive to get to know. Shout out to Tamie Banichuka. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Bianca Paso. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Mahmoud. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's amazing to know you all said it's very easy. If you want to see the tough version of this, please subscribe, because we'll be back with new questions, and only those that have subscribed will receive a notification. So subscribe please, and turn on your post notifications so that when we come back, you will get a notification from YouTube to join us immediately. If you're joining us for the first time, you are highly welcome. You don't have to find all the differences in 5 seconds. Okay? Go ahead, take your time. You can take as long as you want, as long as you are comfortable. Do well to participate. Also, shout out to BK Search Pay. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Shout out to France Tuala. Thanks for joining us tonight. Double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. How long did it take you to spot all of the differences? There you have it, guys. Let us know where you spot the differences. If you have seen any difference, let us know where you found it. Wow. A lot of you said you saw the difference in the shoes. That means the shoe is very obvious that they ain't the same. Oh, wow. All right. That's a great one. A great observation from every one of you. Shout out to Bonakile Madlala. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Giuseppe De Masi. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Friends and families, you all are highly welcome. Participate, test your IQ and your eyesight. Shout out to Nob Camille. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Sienna Luna. Thanks for joining us tonight. There you have it, guys. If you think the bicycle is fine and beautiful, double tap on the screen. Also, shout out to Sindra Hunain. Thanks for joining us tonight. Double tap on the screen. There are so many differences in the image. You just have to observe closely and you'll find as many as possible. Also, shout out to Peace Like a River. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Welcome, guys. Invite friends. Challenge them to see if they will be able to spot up to 5 differences to be called a legend. Okay, guys, if you need a hint, let me know in the comments. Shout out to Rafa. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to Yetasahin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Up Gaming. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Man Rajput. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Bernard. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Bernard22. Thanks for joining us. Double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Shout out to Cecilia Diaz. Thanks for joining us. You are highly welcome. Shout out to M. Frizel. Thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to Rosebel Oluma. Thanks for joining us tonight. Observe every corners of the image if you want to spot up to 8 differences. Let us know in the comment where you are watching from. If you think the bicycle is cute, go ahead, double tap on the screen, and also let us know how many differences you have found and how long did it take you to find the differences. Let us know how long did it take to spot the differences you have spotted so far. Here is a quick question, guys. A very quick one. How long did you use to spot 5 differences? Is it 1 to 30 seconds, or 31 to 50 seconds, or 51 to 60 seconds? Or you are yet to spot up to 5 differences? Okay, so many of you are yet to find up to 5 differences. That means we are still going to wait for some time, guys. All right, go ahead, take your time and spot as many differences as you can. Shout out to Lucy Lowe. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Praveen Hokia. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks for participating. A very big shout out to you all. Go ahead, drop a comment and get a shout out immediately. Shout out to Cookie. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. There you go, guys. Don't forget to invite friends and families to see if they'll be able to spot the differences faster. A round of applause for every one of you. Thank you for participating. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Shout out to Antonia Jurin. You all are highly welcome. Shout out to Dupont Justin. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Oh, okay. Do well to observe very well, guys. Observe very well. You don't have to be in a haste. Observe very well. That is when you'll be able to spot up to 5 differences. Okay. Thank you, Lucilo. I can hear your complaint. I can see it. I can read it. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to shift the image next time to be a little bit upper so that there will be space for comments and you will still be able to spot all differences. Although that was done already, but we still need to do more. Thank you for your contribution. You are highly welcome. Go ahead, guys. Spot as many differences as you can see. Alright, guys. Okay, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Lozilau. Double tap on the screen, guys, to give a thumbs up. Shout out to every one of you. Shout out to the Lord Jesus loves you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Chad Leonard. Thanks for joining us tonight. Go ahead, double tap on the screen. If you like this girl's dress, if you think the bicycle is nice, go ahead and double tap on the screen. Yeah, there are so many differences there. Just spot as many as you can. But only a genius will be able to spot 5 differences. So if you are able to spot 5 differences, you are considered to be a genius. Thank you for joining us tonight. You don't have to be in a haste. Just go ahead, take your time, and spot the differences. Okay, we have all the time. Don't forget to invite a friend and a family member or anyone close to you to see how fast they'll be able to spot all the differences. There are so many differences in the image. You just have to pay good attention to every spot so that you'll be able to find the differences. A big shout out to every one of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Alright, guys. A very big shout out to every one of you. You all are highly welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, please go ahead, double tap on the screen to give a thumbs up. Don't forget to share the stream with families and friends to challenge them to see how fast they will be able to spot all five differences from this beautiful image you can see right on your screen. A very big shout out to every one of you. Thanks for your contribution. Okay, but if you are not yet a subscriber, please subscribe. Also turn on the post notification bell so that whenever we go live, YouTube will notify you immediately. This one was made to be easy so that everyone will be able to participate, but trust me, the next one will be a bit difficult, and I trust you all will be able to still find the differences because you all are the genius. Thank you for staying with us. Stay tuned for the next video or live stream. If you are not able to spot the differences, I'm going to give you a hint right now that will guide you to spot as many differences as you can. Okay, go ahead, take your time and focus very well on every single details. Look at each part of the image little by little. Okay, now focus on the bicycle. You'll be able to spot at least two differences there. Now focus on the dress. There are also differences there. And also on the legs of the girl, you can still find some differences there. The shoes has a lot of differences there. That's how you'll be able to find at least five differences from this image. Okay, a big shout out to every one of you. Thanks for staying with us. Don't forget to subscribe so that when we come back with new questions, you will get notification to join us immediately. See you all in the next stream as we are about to change the question.